Retirement isn't about reaching a certain age. It's about reaching a certain number. And once you understand that, the whole question becomes much clearer. Before we get started, just a quick note. This video is general information only and doesn't take into account your personal circumstances. It shouldn't be considered personal financial advice. If you'd like advice specific to you, please seek professional guidance. When people ask, when can I retire? What they're usually really asking is this: can I stop working without running out of money? That's the real issue. It's not really about turning 60. It's not really about accessing super. It's about whether your money can replace your income for the rest of your life. And that is a maths question. Not a guess, not a feeling, just numbers. While you're working, your employer pays you. When you retire, your investments pay you. That's the shift. You move from earning income to drawing income, and that means your savings now need to carry the load. So whether you can retire depends on whether your savings can support your lifestyle long term. There are really only three numbers that matter. First, how much have you saved? For most Australians, that's mainly super, plus any other investments. Second, how much you actually spend each year. Now, what you earn, what you spend to live your life, this number drives everything. And third, how long the money needs to last. If you retire at 60 and live to 90, that's 30 years. That's a long time for your money to keep working. Once you know those three numbers, you can start answering the retirement question properly. A simple way to picture it is a bucket. Your savings are the bucket. Each year money flows out to pay for your lifestyle. But ideally investment returns flow back in. If the bucket drains faster than it refills, eventually it runs dry. If it's structured properly, it can support you for decades. Retirement planning is really about managing that flow. How much comes out, how much goes back in, and how long it needs to last. There's no universal retirement age. Some people can retire at 55, others need to work until 67 or beyond. It depends on what they've saved, what they spend, and the lifestyle they want. Spending is the engine of the calculation. Someone earning a high income but spending heavily may need to work longer than someone earning less but living modestly. Income doesn't decide it, spending does. There are two common mistakes I see. The first is retiring based on emotion. Sometimes people reach 60, feel ready to stop, and assume access to super means they're financially ready. Access doesn't guarantee sustainability. Just because you can access your money doesn't mean it will last as long as you need it to. The second mistake is the opposite. Working longer than necessary because you're unsure. When we actually run the numbers, some people were ready years earlier. They just didn't know. Clarity prevents both of those outcomes. It stops you from jumping too early, and it stops you from working longer than you need to, unless you enjoy your work. One of the most powerful things to understand is this: small adjustments can shift your retirement date significantly. Working one extra year means one more year of contributions and one less year drawing from savings. That's a double benefit. Or slightly reducing annual spending can dramatically improve how long your money lasts. Even investment structure matters. Returns compound over decades. These aren't extreme changes, they're small levers, but they move the outcome meaningfully. Let me give you a simple example. Imagine someone has $900,000 in super. They spend $60,000 per year, and they want to retire at 60. The question isn't, are they 60? The question is, can $900,000 sustainably fund $60,000 per year for potentially 30 years? When you frame it like that, it becomes logical. You look at reasonable return assumptions, inflation, and sustainable withdrawal levels, and you test it properly. That's how you get clarity. If you're thinking about retirement, here are some practical steps. First, write down what you actually spend each year. Be honest. This number matters more than most people realise. Second, check your current super balance and other investments. Third, think realistically about how long you may need income. Australians are living longer. Planning to age 90 isn't unreasonable. Fourth, consider whether part-time work in early retirement is an option. Even a few years of reduced income can ease pressure on your savings. And finally, avoid making the decision purely based on age eligibility. Access doesn't equal readiness. So when can you retire? You can retire when your money can comfortably fund your lifestyle for the rest of your life. That's it. Not when the calendar says so, not when your friend does, not when your super becomes accessible. When the numbers support the lifestyle. The clearer your numbers, the clearer your retirement date. If you're approaching retirement and want structured guidance rather than figuring this out alone, I work with Australians in exactly that position. You can find details below.